So, back in the shed again tonight, guys. This video, I think, will be over quite a few weeks, and it's going to be full of a whole bunch of different things. Tonight, though, what I am doing is actually pretty exciting because I've been holding off for ages, and it's kind of in the wrong order, but I'm doing it anyway. So check this out. I'm starting on the front door mold. So I've waxed, PVA'd, and then gel coated this one, waxed and just finished PVAing this. So I don't know if you remember, these are the front door skins, and so they will only be skins. What I mean by that is I will still use the frame of these front doors. So it will still be utilising the frame, all this stuff. I will cut most of that out, and I'll cut the intrusion bar out, and I will cut the whole door apart from sort of a perimeter around there. The rear doors, though, if you remember their molds, they're going to be a complete mold. They will be fully fiberglass. It'll only have the front skin and this back edge where the hinges go on. And I'll show you how that's going to be fixed later on. And this also happened. Fully assembled apart from the hot side. I'm going to take this off and paint it again. So I need to do hot side, so turbo and drains, all drains, water feed, all that stuff. And the intake is done apart from all the lines underneath. So I need to remember how they all go. But this little beauty is looking good. Also, as you can see behind me, Joash has got his engine into the 90. She's up in the air, starting to go back together. So that is pretty exciting. He's worked really hard and got all the wiring done, and that is in there, good to go. So he's smashing that out. Also got the gearbox stuff on the way for this, so then once I do that, I can do the wire stab. Anyway, like I said, this video is going to be all over the place because I'm going to be doing it over the next few weeks. I'm probably going to be repeating myself, but I wanted to film and just make sure I got some stuff of what's happening. As you can see, the doors are missing, prepping this mold. This one over here is almost done. So this was my second one. That was sort of a practice one. I learnt a few things how to do it better on this. So I will film that one. But I've done it. Started chopping the doors. This one is fully stripped, ready for the skin. These holes are for the Lexan. I've already cut one of them, which is that there. So I'll run you through everything on this door. So 100mm down from the edge. I originally was going to do it 50mm. I'm glad I did it at 100. That made it a heap better. Just because of the double skin, it wasn't quite enough at 50. So you might be thinking, cutting this out, this tiny little bit won't actually make it that much lighter, but cutting out this stuff here, so these side intrusions, they are heavy, and the glass is the heaviest part. But the front doors, I am trying to make them lighter, yes, but the reason for doing the carbon skins is for replaceability. Getting JZX doors is almost impossible, which I know is sacrilege cutting it up, but that's why I'm making skins, because if I do get hit in the side, which is likely, you're just bending this section here because the wheel of the other car hits it here. So I'll be able to replace them bits. I do have a spare set of 2 front doors, if I ever did want to put it back to all steel. So that's why I'm not too worried about chopping these ones up. And then if you remember, the rear doors will be fully carbon and fiberglass. They won't have any of the steel. The reason why I'm keeping the steel on the front doors is obviously they open and close a lot, and I want them to have some structural rigidity. So I'm going to chop this and keep going. And that is the door cut out. So now all I've got to do is take out some of these spot welds and get these intrusion bars out. And there it is, another bit out. And that is all stuff cut out, and there's the side panels. So this is how I decided to do attach the Lexington window. So there's the window cut out. Like I said, I've already done this one. 3 holes along the bottom here. And what I did is drill through this first skin, and there's a channel up under here, this here, so I can actually get the bolt through there, which you can probably see. Yeah, there's the hole there, wherever the other ones are, there's one there. So this is the side that I want to pull the window tight to anyway, so that's perfect. So I'll just weld some studs in there so you can get it from the other side without having to take the skin off. But that's how I did it. So I'll drill my 3 holes in this one, 1, 2, 3, and then these doors are pretty much done. They're fully stripped out. Everything's gone in them apart from a little bit of the track here, just to hold this bit. All of the side intrusions are gone, and just the mechanism, so I could still keep central locking. So I left that on. The reason why I cut this side out is because the door bars will go inside the door. So yeah, let's keep trucking along. Alright, so gel coat is dry. I'm about to do 1 layer of fiberglass. That's all I do. I won't film this, but I'll tell you how I do it. So I get a bunch of strips, and I basically go around the edge, and I get the edges nice and bedded in, because there's lots of curves, and so they take a little bit of extra time. And then I get a big strip and I do it in the middle, and I just roll it. I might film like once I've got it all down. I just roll that in, get it nice, get all the air out of it nice and flat. And so I'm only doing 1 layer of this base. So I mix up, I get my glass all ready to go. Obviously I don't catalyze them until I need them. Paint it down, lay the strips on, roll and dab them in, and then do the main one. So it's actually pretty simple. I'm not an expert, but I can do it. And sneak peek, one's already looking good. Oh, all right, let's go. All right, I've probably got a line on my face from wearing the mask, but she is done. So that's just 1 layer of chop strand and glass. So yeah, you can kind of see I've gone around the outside and then laid the one in the middle. So rolled it, that looks nice and good. You can see there's a few thick patches there with some resin, but that's not too bad. So that will be dry tomorrow. And then what I do is I put some hardwood bracing, cut some little slithers, and I put a cross in it to give it some rigidity. I'll show you on this one, like that. I'm gonna do it neater this time around. I went too far up and had to cut these 4 corners out so it could fit. But yeah, that's how you do it. And that just makes it so much stronger in the middle here. Yeah, these are working awesome. So I've wet sanded that. I need to sand it again, take it down a little bit more, and then it gets its final layer of resin. It gets a clear resin on the last one, which will hopefully make it look nice and glassy. But yeah, the doors are coming along. Like I said, I'm definitely not an expert. YouTube taught me, and then trial and error. Like even with these doors, that's the first one I tried. I did the X as well, but I screwed it in from the back, and that sort of pulled dents in it, which you can kind of see it's not flat. So yeah, that one became just a tester, and I tried a few different products on the top. That's why it just looks patchy. But V2 is awesome. V3 is going to be even better. So tomorrow, back in and going. So overnight, it's dried off nicely, but it has some imperfections that I can already see. I don't know what does this. If you know, let me know in the comments. I think it's because the gel coat is too thin, but I'm kind of guessing. It like ripples. You can see, it's a bit hard to see in the video, but underneath I can see where it's bubbled up. So I'll have to bulb the other side. I'll show you when I pop it out, but it's fixable because I'm putting a skin on it. It doesn't really matter. Still just a bit frustrating. So there's the X structure that will give it the rigidity. So I'll just put something in the middle here to hold it down, and then I'll reinforce the ends. I'll take that off and then do the middle bit. All right, there you go. A little bit unconventional, but hold it down in the middle so it gets the curve, and then do just the 4 corners. Once that dries, and take that off and do the rest, and it has the curve perfectly. So that's how I put them in. A little bit agricultural, but if it works, it works. So this is how I made the sort of template for the window. I just used some of this material for my stickers. So yeah, pull that over, cut it out, and then you can pull it off and stick it on the perspex, and you have a perfect template. And there is the window. Now, what I did last time is I just got some paint and painted the edge, and that gave a perfect line to go off. And there it is. All I got to do is just get my sander and round off some of these corners. This one here, and that's another window. And then I'll show you how I fix it onto the door. All right, sneak peek. This looks pretty good. Fits so well. So I'm not ready to fix this on or anything, but I just couldn't help myself. Look at that. Carbon skin door. Nice. I'll show you how to put the glass in. So she's a perfect fit. You can obviously just push it in from underneath in the track here, and there's a little bit of something that holds it there. Obviously I have to pull this top corner in, but I'll do that with a brace later. But that's exactly where it needs to sit. So all I got to do is take my little Sharpie and mark my holes in here. In fact, I might even drill it in place. That might be even better. Let's do that. And there we have it. A window for the door. So yeah, like I said, hold that corner in, which should be pretty easy, and put the weather strip back on. It should cover most of that. So how sick. All right, so put in the brace. Just a bit of flat bar aluminium with the right angle bends. So just put a riv nut in one of the spot weld holes there, and then a bolt there. I'm going to tidy this up, and I might just drill heaps of holes in this just because I can, and I don't know, it's not going to make any real difference, but just looks race car like. But as you can see, she is perfect. That closes great. pretty much, yeah, perfect. I'm stoked with that. I could lift it a tiny bit, but it's still sealing, so I won't bother. What I could do if I wanted to is slot out the perspex so it can shift up, but that is a perspex window and it's pretty solid. Like, it's definitely yeah, gonna hold, and it's got the curve, so I'm pretty happy with that. Actually, I'm very happy with that. All right, so that is the X now fully glassed in, and I just put a bit more on these ends where I had to chop them down. So that's this mold pretty much done. All I got to do is pop it out. So I'll pop that out tomorrow after church, and then I'll be able to fix them bits, the bubble bits that remember me telling you about. And then once they're fixed, I can basically prep it and then put the carbon skin on. So pretty happy with the amount of work I got done today. We'll do one more layer of resin on the current one that's got the carbon done. But yeah, pretty much wrapped up the front doors. So once I finish them, well actually once Josiah is off the hoist, I'm going to put the TR6060 back in the car. But I forgot to tell you, I bought something to go on this. Might make it into this video, it might not. If it doesn't, hint, it bolts on there. And it makes it very cool. So I can put that in, and once I put that in, then I can finish the wise fab. I'll explain that when I get to it. But that'll do it for this section of the video. Catch you next time I'm in the shed. I've just come back out of the shed. I was just sitting there doing some research, and I realised I had this resin, which is supposed to dry really clear. I had another one up there that's crystal clear, but I wasn't happy with how it went on this. So anyway, this has obviously become the test base. So I've tried just laying some on here. I can already see some weird things happening. So anyway, like I said, this door has become a tester. So we'll see what that looks like tomorrow. Does look pretty shiny though, that's what we want. And like this looked rough as, so that other one will look even better.